Hey, welcome to Represent. I am Crunk Chocolate, part of Shades of Blue's content season, bringing you an episode every other day throughout the summer. Where other podcasts go on holiday or vacation, here we are, cranking our feet up to 10. Represent is where we can relax a little. Off season means no tribalism. Let's call it a temporary truce, but we don't got to worry about that today because we got citizens Famia in the house. Not only do we got citizens Famia, we got Mosto member of Shady Gang. I'm so excited that we're able to connect here. But you know, this is a point of doing Represent. I get to bring most dope people on to talk about how they fell in love with football and the clubs they support. If you're watching on YouTube, please like the video, hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment after the episode with your thoughts. For those who prefer the audio-only experience, rate and review us on your podcasting app, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Good Pods, all those digital streaming platforms. I have a wonderful guest for you. First time. Oh my goodness. I mean, but it's first time, but known her for a long time. Honestly, I've been nervous to ask to have you on, honestly, because I don't like being told. I like being told no by people who I don't chat with and that I'll never like chat with again. So it's just like, yeah, I'll shoot my shot at this random sports writer or something. But you know, part of the Shady Gang, you know, it's just like, do you want to come on our show? Would you like to be a guest or something? And you were like, of course,
Yeah, of course.
you are the fantastic person who you are. So Shady Gang, please give it up for one of your own. Ally!
Yeah.
How are you? How are things?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so good. So good. Well, we always start the show off with a nice little softball for you. And it is, who are you? And what do you do? Tell us a little bit about yourself. You don't have to get too deep, but you know, like
Okay, I'm Ally Speirs, originally from Scotland. I am a nurse. I've been an OR nurse for, I'm going to age myself now, since 1985.
shout out to you.
And thank you. And I currently still work in the OR, do all kinds of surgeries. And I'm also a runner. I've done triathlon in the past. I'm being kind to myself this year. I'm taking it a little bit easy, not running too much, doing a little bit of weights, a little bit of cycling, mixing it up a little bit. Gives me more time to watch City.
Hey, fantastic. Yeah, and I have a member of Shady Gang. I won't say his name because he'll be very embarrassed, but he's like a big fan of yours for some reason. So I don't mean for some reason. It's because I obviously your reputation precedes you, and so he was just like, "Were you chatting with her on Twitter?" And I was like, "Yeah, she's the homie. What do you mean?" And he's just like, "Oh my god, that's so cool!" And I was just like, "So yeah, I think you're being kind to even yourself as to like what you do and how cool you are." So I'm excited to have you on
Thank you.
and get to know you a little bit more. And next question, I love it because the answers have been so wide and varied. And so overrated, underrated thing about football. We'll start with underrated. And what is an underrated thing about football? It can be about the sport, the culture, fandom, rules, a hot take, anything.
Well, this is not the only thing, but one of the things I think is underrated is how important the fans are.
Mm.
For instance, the whole season ticket thing, the prices went up. You know, that's hard to get to grips with because City are not a poor team, as everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like, really, you really need all this money? I just feel like for people to have to travel there, try to take time off work, and then, my daughter's growing, but people with little kids, they have 2 or 3 kids that want to
Yeah.
go to the match. That gets so expensive. So the fans are so important to making a game. As Pep always says, we need our people. We need our
Yes.
people.
Yes.
So I was struggling to understand why they made that decision, because City are growing, so they're getting money from shirts, they're getting money
Hmm.
from, online, all kinds of stuff. But you know, I don't have an MBA. I'm not a business person. If it was me, I'd probably be bankrupt, because I'd be like, no, no, keep it cheap. I want everybody to go.
Yes. It well, and it is one of those things because obviously it's the American in me. I see it hitting you guys, and it hurts me because where I am, I can't go to games. I don't go to many games. If I
Right,
do, it's because I have a friend who gets a random ticket, or I buy the ticket the day of, so it's as cheap as possible. But that doesn't really happen in football.
right.
The tickets are bought, and so I'm just over here from a point of pain for you. And
Yeah,
uh, for when I travel over there, the whole thing is so expensive in the first place. My whole understanding of it is skewed in itself. So it's like I'm
yeah,
already spending so much money. What is it? A little bit more, but it also will just be me. I won't be bringing multiple kids.
right,
I
right.
won't, and uh, even along this line of things, I've had people on from like Brentford and uh, man, I can't remember who else, but they keep kits for 2 years. They do like a
Mhm,
rotating,
mhm.
and honestly, that is starting to make a lot more sense to me too, because I
Yeah,
couldn't imagine the pressure of having to try to buy a kit every. I mean, I do imagine the pressure. I feel it, but I don't buy a kit every year.
right.
I mean, I have the last few years,
Yeah.
but once upon a time, I wasn't really doing that, and
Right.
I've been leaning more to just trying to find really cool old kits from like
Yeah,
secondhand, like Ashmark and Arkari. Those are the names I do
yeah,
a little bit. So like I like digging in the crates and finding like gems, and those are
yeah,
like real cool like jacket and stuff like that. Those are the things that I've been trying to
yeah,
look for now, because it's tough out there.
yeah. I mean, it's just I travelled to Green Bay to see them. I went to the Etihad last October, but that weekend we were there. Um, I was going there for something my husband was doing, so they were actually playing Arsenal away. So they were
Mm.
at the Emirates. So, but it was about his weekend. I wasn't going to go to a game anyway, but I'm going to go back for my birthday in like January. So I really, I mean, I have been, and it's an amazing stadium. But if I was there, I would be there every week if I could.
Oh, no
If I
doubt.
could, I mean, it's amazing.
Uh,
But it just kind of that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because I just thought, really, these people they're already traveling, and trains are so expensive in the
yes.
UK. It just seems that travel for them, they can't all just get in a car and drive. It's expensive. And if you already have a season ticket, and it keeps going up and up and up, it's just,
Mhm.
I don't know. They
And
never really came out and explained that business decision, which I think as well was, is wrong.
And that's what it is. I think it's the season ticket. Those are the tickets you should try to keep calm and
Yeah.
up the individual, like single day, like the people who just show up and pop up and just want to buy a ticket. Price those, make those very tough. Like make it so people have to get the season ticket or want to get the
Yeah.
season ticket. So then you have the consistent same people, because
Right.
we do know that the people who pop up and buy those tickets, they're gonna probably buy the ticket either way. So
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
I'm with everybody. They need to figure something out, because having what is it, like we are 1894, having
Hmm.
groups like them making tifos negatively about the club and stuff like that,
Hmm.
where the club gets enough from the rest of the world. We
Hmm.
can't now have it where we're starting to eat ourselves from the inside. That's not great. We need
Yeah.
to fix that. Figure out a way to fix that.
Yeah. And I know they're not the only club doing it, but
Oh no, not at
it
all.
just, you just see on Twitter, the people that you interact with, and you're like,
Hmm.
God, they're having to, and especially if maybe their significant other isn't into football, they're having to justify,
Mm,
oh,
mm.
this is going up. So, and then they've got kids, and, so everything's expensive. And blah, blah, blah. So now they're like, oh my God, I got to find another £100 or whatever it is to do that. It's just, but that's one of my underrated things.
No, I love it. No, I love it. Here we go. All right. Well, what is a thing you feel is overrated about football?
VAR.
Let's go. Let's have this conversation.
So I understand what it's supposed to do, but it just ruins the flow of the game. And also, they're waiting and waiting and waiting to hear, okay, what's the discussion? What are they saying? Why are they coming by these decisions? Because everybody sees things, they go, oh, it's a penalty, but is it a penalty? Or, it would be good if we could hear it. And when you watch the championship, it's just flowing because there's no VAR. So if it works the way it's supposed to work, great. But then when there's anything controversial, they always have Dermot coming on Sky Sports to talk about the referees and give his opinion, and he never seems to be really explaining it either. He's sort of wishy-washy because I know he doesn't want to annoy his cronies. So I don't know. It's just that to me, if they could, I don't know. I don't know. I have no experience in refereeing. I know it's a horrible job. I wouldn't want to do it, but
Not at all.
I just
Yeah,
something has to improve with that.
I am with you with the flow of game. It's awful. It adds mistrust.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah,
instead of
because then you get, oh well, the person on. I mean, and I do it as well. I look and see who the people are, who's the ref,
yes,
who's this. Oh, and then they come out and say, oh, the fourth guy, the VAR guy he's a Man United fan, so he's not going to help us. It's like, oh my God, really? I
right?
mean,
We got ref and we have the VAR on top
yeah.
of it now.
So then you're reading into every single play that you
Everything.
think, well, that should
Yes.
have been a foul. That is, So, but
Hmm.
if they can get it to where it's supposed to be, fine. That's great.
I mean, perfect example is Halan getting body slammed the entire time during the FA Cup,
Yeah,
and we're
yeah,
and we're just like, bro, look at this, and
yeah.
and be like VAR looked, and it's done, and it's
And
just
it's
like
done.
how, how,
Right.
how,
And there was nothing else that Martinez could do. Nothing.
other than
Just
shoulder,
yeah, yeah.
elbow,
Pull him
Halan in
down.
the back of the head. Just
Yeah.
like, what are we doing here? Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Okay, well, what made you fall in love with football?
I used to go when I lived in Scotland. I used to go to Capello, which not that often, but I did go. That's like our local team, Green at Morton, and I just used to always watch it on TV, but never really into a certain team. But I didn't really get into supporting City until, well, I met my husband in '97, and I really loved Oasis. And when I met him, it was like, oh, Oasis. We were listening to Oasis, and I was living here, and he was still living in the UK.
Okay.
So, and I really hated Man United. I got to be honest. I don't even. I always hated him. Sorry if there's anybody from Man U watching this. I just hated
Are
it.
not.
Hated them.
We
Yeah, or
hate your
not.
club.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
are a great person, but your club sucks.
So I just, yeah, my best running buddy is a Man U fan. So, anyway. So I really did not like them. I just didn't like the whole Wayne Rooney, David. I just didn't like any of them. Rio Ferdinand, none of them. So I just kind of, and I think it was. This sounds really crazy, but I think it was like the whole Oasis, and I know that they love they love City, and they go to. So that was it, and they're from Manchester. So it kind of really stupid, but that's all. That's all I have.
No, I mean that's solid. I mean, mine's the prototypical one for guys my age. I saw Man City on FIFA. I was like,
Hmm.
"Whoa, there's another team in Manchester." I hate Manchester United. Also, like
Hmm.
I wasn't really big into football at that time, but I knew I hated United, and
Hmm.
that's all it took. And now here we are, and so it's kind of nice.
Yeah, I just cannot. I cannot. There's not a likable one among them. I just can't. Even if I have to watch him, I'm thinking, okay, give him a chance. No, I just can't. I just
What
cannot.
what's your favorite Oasis song?
Probably Live Forever. I mean, Wonderwall gets played over here all the time. Wonderwall,
Yeah.
Wonderwall. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, I like Slide Away as well. I like Slide Away.
All right. Well, my Man City red flag is I'm not the most familiar with Oasis catalog.
That's okay.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
okay.
obviously I know Champagne Supernova and
Yeah.
Wonderwall.
Wonderwall,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
know like the hits, but
yeah,
like the deep ones. So I wrote those down. I'm gonna check those out when we're done, and I'll
yeah.
jam out. Yeah.
And
So
they're not this like the Champagne Supernova is an awesome song. Wonderwall's awesome, but they're not the best. To me, there's so many other good stuff. So
hey,
yeah, yeah,
well, I appreciate it. Yeah, maybe this will awaken my Oasis fandom.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right.
uh, well, you kind of said it in this last bit, but do you have an origin story for how you chose the club you support? Was it just that you hated United so much you were just like all in for City? Because
Yeah, that was it. It was just the whole Oasis and Gallagher, and that was pretty much it. Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So also to just also be messy, have you picked a brother? Is there a brother that you listen to one's band more than the other, or is it just Oasis? You're like, I don't pay attention to the squabbling.
Definitely, I would say Liam.
Okay.
Yeah,
I feel like that's the
yeah,
majority of the people, isn't
yeah.
it?
It's not that I don't like. No, it's not that at all. It's just yeah, probably Liam.
Liam, you like the edge?
Yeah, he's just unique in how he sings.
Yeah.
He's just unique. Yeah.
All right, I like it. All right, cool. Um, who is your all-time favorite Manchester City player and why?
So my two-part really. My all-time favorite was Gundogan. Just I
Fair,
still watch Barcelona because he
so
just
fair.
was my favorite since he
Yeah.
left. But I have to say, I like Kovacic, but he just got there. It must be a number 8 thing. But I think probably Rodri
Yes.
because he's just always there, always awesome. So
Now,
probably Rodri.
now 50 games unbeaten in the Premier League.
Right,
Now it's the Premier League. Now
right.
since we lost in that
It's
FA
yeah,
Cup.
yeah,
So I mean, it's like it's nice that we still have uh, a consecutive streak to still fall back on. Now we just got
yeah.
the
Right.
Premier League one, and then he can restart the new one, but we still have the Premier League one. And I hope nobody messes this up this upcoming season. If
I
we can
know.
get a whole like almost 2 seasons of that'd be madness.
Yeah, I still have never forgiven Morgan Gibbs White. When I watch Forest, all I can see is Rodri's hands coming out like that. I'm like, oh, why I can't. It
Uh,
cost, it cost us 4 games. I mean,
oh man, that's
I just
yeah.
couldn't believe it. I just saw him doing it, and I was like, "Oh my god, you're out of there!"
In slow motion. Yeah, I was just like, wait, is this happen? Is this happening?
Right?
Oh, it's
No.
I remember I shared it all season, but it was like a preseason clip, and a bunch of players were asked who's the celebrity they would want to play in their bio,
Hmm.
and Rodri said Denzel Washington.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
and it's just like okay, he started off the season chopping people in the neck and getting all
Yeah.
kinds of cards. I was like, the Denzel Washington, it makes sense. He thinks he's out here bad man,
Yeah.
like gun tings, like it's I mean sure, and I mean he is on the pitch one of the more bad boys on the pitch because of what he does and how he acts and stuff like that, but I
Hmm.
mean his shirt's still tucked in, and so
It's
until
still
he
tucked in, and
yeah.
Kovacic is doing the same thing now. Yeah.
Starting a thing. And
There was a time though, treble winning season when Rodri would play, and I just was not 100% confident that he wasn't just going to lose it and just because there was something that when he was tackling and stuff, I thought, oh my god, he's going to get a yellow and he's going to get another yellow. But he seems to have like leveled off a little bit with that.
I
So
it, I, it
yeah,
was
we need him.
insane.
So
Yes, he's so important, and
yeah,
I don't understand what turned off in his brain that like run of games. Because
yeah.
even when he came back, he was still very intense.
And he was, yeah,
And
yeah,
that's really the only explanation, was he was just super intense. He just, every call pissed him off so
yeah,
much, and it's just like,
yeah,
what is going on with him?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Who is a current player on any team in any league that you want to watch anytime they're playing?
Okay, well, obviously Gundogan. I always watch him when he's playing. Let's see. Probably, probably Vinicius Junior.
Nice. He's a great player.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just he's amazing to watch. So
Mhm.
yeah, that would have to be it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's one of them. I very much enjoyed watching Girona anytime this last season, because naturally the CFG tie, but
Hmm.
Savio and Jan Koto and Dovrik, their striker, they just had a bunch of killers on their team,
Yeah.
and now they're, looks like they're going to be dismantled, but they're rebuilding in their own
Hmm.
way. So it'll be interesting. Savio is coming to
Hmm.
City, it
Yeah,
looks
coming to
like.
City. Yeah.
Yeah, so him and
Yeah.
Daku feeding off of each other, learning off of each
Right.
other. That's gonna be a lot of, that's gonna be some danger. I'm gonna
Yeah. I
that's gonna
mean,
be so fun.
there's so many really good players, but it'd have to be him. Yeah,
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 good.
it'd have to be him.
No, cheers. It's great. Uh, do you have a match day routine or football superstition?
Not really. I usually wear whatever. Oh, well, I'll usually wear the shirt that they're wearing. That I would have to say that would be it. So yeah, if they're
I like
wearing this, I'm wearing this, and
that. That's fair.
we actually have a little Thursday night beer school. Um, it started off at Whole Foods of all places, and then Amazon took over, so we didn't do it there. So it was our little group of running buddies. So and we're all football fans. We got a Crystal Palace, Wolves, husband's Leeds. We got Man United. We actually have a German guy, Bayern Munich fan.
Okay, nice.
So we started off just we would message each other. Okay, shirt night, yeah, wear your shirt. So we kind of do that. Like, I
Oh,
hope it brings me luck. I don't know. My husband seems to think the dog brings him good luck because he says she's a lucky charm. So if the dog is in the room with him, he feels like they're going to win.
everybody has their thing.
Yeah.
I will put a kid on, and if City aren't winning by half, I mean, I'm sure
Hmm.
you've seen me tweet it. I'm changing my
Yeah,
kit.
yeah. Change it.
Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
will, I will completely change my kit. I will do
yeah,
whatever I need to. If I wasn't wearing my scarf, I'll put my scarf on. If I was wearing my scarf, I throw it all the way
yep,
across the room.
yep, yeah. That's usually what I'll do. Although sometimes I'm so nervous about watching the game that I'll go and do something else. So on Saturday, I said I'm going to go on the treadmill. So and my daughter was texting in the family text thing saying, "Well, where's mom?" And my husband said, "Well, she's still upstairs on the treadmill." But I said, "No, I'm here. I'm done now. I'm done." And he said, "Are you not going to watch the build up?" And I said, "I can't. I just can't. I just couldn't do it."
I'm just gonna run with the stress off.
So I just went up there and then came right down at the last minute. No, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Oh, I love it,
I
man.
couldn't do it.
And then Taku scored,
Yeah,
but
a little
I
too
knew,
late
I
though.
knew, yeah, you could feel nothing was going to come from it
I
because
know.
he was the only one producing. It was
Yeah,
crazy. You were just like, why do they not care? And it really felt like, yeah, they were just ready for that parade, bro.
they were. They were. Yeah, he came on and he was the only one that looked like he was really, really trying.
Like,
And
really?
I know Haaland hit the bar. I know that, but still, it was like, what's happening? It's terrible. Cheers.
Right, gotta hydrate. Oh man, yeah, it's yes, let's not wallow in our
Yeah,
sadness,
I know. Let's not
but
torture yourself anymore.
okay. So this segment here is it is called elevator pitch,
Mm-hmm.
and you basically have 30 seconds to give someone a reason or explain to them, show them, give them the gospel of Manchester City. So your 30
So,
seconds. Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm
Oh,
just
I was gonna
getting
say
ready in
so.
my brain.
Okay, so your 30 seconds starts now.
I would want you to be a Manchester City fan because they have quality players. The team are so together. They're good friends. They get along with each other. They have an awesome manager. They are a fun bunch of guys. The kit is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
They have a beautiful stadium and they have lots of great videos on City Plus that you can access and you can watch all the matches on City Plus.
Hey, nailed it. Yeah. Hey.
Waffled a bit there.
Hey, it's tough, 30
Yeah,
seconds, and you're just like, there's so many good
I
things. What do you
know. And then
say?
I was looking at the corner of my eye and I'm like, 25 seconds? For God's sake, I've only been talking for 5 seconds.
It's
Oh,
and the elevator pitch is easy enough, but I specifically made that little like segment thing to add a little anxiety to this. Like it's just like
yeah. When those doors shut, I was like, oh,
love it. Let's go. You aren't the only guest that basically react the same way. They were just like, oh,
yeah. I wasn't. I was like, what's that noise? And I saw the.
me trying to
Okay,
add production value, but confusing my guests. I mean,
it's okay.
technically, for the content, yeah, I'm here for it. This is great. It's entertaining. Well,
Yeah,
Shady Gang, one more time, please give it up for on. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
it was
Please,
fun.
good, good, good. For listeners, viewers, plug yourself. Let them know where they can find you on social media.
You can find me on Instagram at Ally Speirs, ALLYSPEIRS. Facebook is Ally R Speirs, and Twitter is Ally Speirs.
Hey,
Easy, just my
so easy.
yeah, easy.
Okay. Well, Shady Gang, you know how it is by now in content season. Uh, be back with you another episode in a couple of days with a new fantastic guest, just talking football. Until then,
Right.
you know the vibes. Shady Gang, Shady Gang, Shady Gang.